Alright, what's good everybody? It's your boy Akeen and welcome to this vlog. Head coach Chris Peterson and the Washington Huskies is looking to become good sleepers in the Pac-12 conference for the 2016 college football season. Last year they went 7-6 overall, capping off with a good Heart of the Dallas Bowl victory, 44-31 against a good Southern Miss team. And they do have some young starters returning back for this year. Start with sophomore quarterback and Jake Browning, who did have 16 touchdown passes and 10 interceptions last season. And they have a stud at running back in Myles Gaskin, who's looking to have another 1,000-yard season. He had over 1,300 yards last season, but I'm looking forward to seeing him being used more as a wide receiver in the receiving core. And speaking of receiving core, they are going to miss out a couple of players like Jalen Mickens and Joshua Perkins. They're no longer with the team. Mickens led the team in wide receivers, and Joshua Perkins was a good tight end for Jake Browning to throw to. So this season, there are going to be some players who do have plenty of experience. Is going to have to step it up. Dante Pettis as well as Braden Lenius is going to have to lead the way in the wide receiving core, and Daryl Quails is going to have to step it up. Daryl Daniel, is going to have to step it up at tight end. Now, as far as the defensive core, they are going to be missing out in their star linebackers and Travis Feeney as well as Corey Littleton. That was a good 1-2 punch as a tandem at linebacker, but they do have the return of Elijah Qualls, who was a good defensive tackle who had 4.5 sacks last season. But the biggest news that they have is the secondary, and they have the return of two first-team All-Pac-12 performers in Sidney Jones and Buda Baker. This definitely worked well in the secondary, and I think this is going to be a good season for these two teams, particularly for these two players, particularly in the matchup in the season finale in the Apple Cup against Washington State and their spread air offense led by Luke Falk. Now, I already mentioned that game, but other games that they need to be concerned about this year: September 30th versus Stanford, October 8th at Oregon. That could be a scare. October 29th against Utah, a good defensive Utah team. November 12th against USC, and then the season finale on the 25th against Washington State. This team can be a good sleeper in the Pac-12 conference, particularly in the North Division. Now, a lot of people have their eyes on both Stanford and Oregon, but Washington and Washington State are good contenders as well, particularly with Washington because they have young players who are returning with good experience, so hopefully they have better discipline in the mind and their mentality. I think this is going to be a good season for them, and I have them going 8-4 this season as a surprise this year. Some people think they might go 6-6 again or 7-5, but I think they're going to pull off an 8-4 season and not make it to the Pac-12 championship, but give a scare for both Oregon and Stanford. Now, the next time I'm going to catch you guys will be in just a couple minutes. I have one more blog for today. Thank you for watching this blog. I'm your man, Akeem McCall. Be easy.